OpenAI has unveiled GPT-4o, marketing it as a monumental leap for AI. They're pitching a future of seamless, real-time human-computer interaction. But what exactly are they claiming this omnimodal model can do right now?
Their lead statement is direct. Our new flagship model that can reason across audio, vision, and text in real time. This is the headline. It implies a unified understanding, processing all sensory data simultaneously rather than sequentially.
The stated goal is a step towards much more natural human-computer interaction. They're aiming for an AI that feels less like a tool and more like an intelligent assistant that truly grasps context from spoken words, images, and sounds.
The document specifies it accepts as input any combination of text, audio, image, and video, and generates any combination of text, audio, and image outputs. This any combination is the core of their omnimodal claim, handling diverse inputs.
They framed this innovation by highlighting the limitations of their prior voice mode. That system was a pipeline of 3 separate models, which sounds inherently inefficient. What problem did that architecture create?
The previous pipeline loses a lot of information. Because the main GPT-4 model only saw text, it can't directly observe tone, multiple speakers, or background noises. This meant a lot of crucial context was simply lost in translation.
So, the key is a single new model end-to-end across text, vision, and audio. This isn't just faster, it fundamentally changes how the AI understands. It perceives all modalities as a unified whole, enabling more nuanced responses.
The performance boost is striking. It can respond to audio inputs in as little as 232 milliseconds, with an average of 320 milliseconds. This is a huge improvement over the 5.4 seconds average for GPT-4 in the old voice mode.
They explicitly state this latency is similar to human response time in a conversation. But is it truly comparable? Most human interactions are far snappier than 1/3 of a second pauses, especially when anticipating responses.
It's a bold claim, especially when the same paragraph admits they are still just scratching the surface of exploring what the model can do and its limitations. This suggests there's a lot they haven't even figured out yet.
Beyond the multimodal aspect, they also highlight a significant improvement on text in non-English languages. This suggests the underlying model is also more efficient at tokenization, reducing costs and improving performance for global users.
Yes, they provide examples. For Gujarati, 4.4x fewer tokens, and Hindi, a 2.9x fewer tokens. This means the model can process these languages much more efficiently, leading to cost savings and faster processing for non-English speakers.
Given all these advances, how much of this truly omnimodal experience is actually accessible to the public right now? The phrasing, "today we are publicly releasing text and image inputs and text outputs," seems to hold back some key features.
That's the fine print. Over the upcoming weeks and months, we'll be working on the technical infrastructure, usability via post-training, and safety necessary to release the other modalities. So the full promise is a future state, not a present one.
It seems the grand vision of a truly omnimodal, real-time AI isn't fully available on day one. Let's pull the thread on why the full capabilities are being held back and what risks they're mitigating. They explicitly state GPT-4o's audio modalities present a variety of novel risks. This explains the phased rollout, but what kinds of novel risks are they foreseeing, and what's their standard for safe enough deployment?
They refer to their preparedness framework
and voluntary commitments for safety. This framework includes filtering training data, refining behavior, and creating new safety systems for voice outputs. It's a standard process, but the results are key.
Here's what doesn't add up. They proudly state it does not score above medium risk in any of these categories. For a flagship model with such significant implications, medium risk sounds less like a triumph and more like a significant caution.
This is where the phrasing is critical. It was assessed at medium risk, both before and after mitigation efforts. This implies their extensive safety work brought it down to or maintained it at medium risk, not eliminated it.
They even performed extensive external red teaming with 70-plus external experts across various fields like social psychology and misinformation. While commendable, the medium risk label suggests these efforts didn't fully resolve all identified issues.
To manage risks, audio outputs will be limited to a selection of preset voices and will abide by our existing safety policies. This is a concrete restriction on the human-like claim, preventing potential misuse like voice cloning for scams for now.
If, as they claim, GPT-4o is especially better at vision and audio understanding compared to existing models, why are these enhanced capabilities not immediately available for all users, particularly the audio and video input-output?
The full audio and video API plan to launch support to a small group of trusted partners in the API in the coming weeks. This implies a controlled, limited rollout before general developer access, emphasizing caution over speed.
It seems a significant part of the immediate, tangible benefit for developers and Plus users is simply making a GPT-4 level model available much more broadly and more affordably. The true omnimodal potential is still incubating.
For developers, the immediate win is performance and cost. GPT-4o is 2x faster, half the price, and has 5x higher rate limits compared to GPT-4 Turbo. This commercial advantage is distinct from the groundbreaking omnimodal capabilities.
They also vaguely mention limitations that exist across all of the model's modalities without detailing them in this announcement. Why are these not transparently communicated, especially if they're so central to the model's performance?
They are actively seeking feedback to help identify tasks where GPT-4 Turbo still outperforms GPT-4o. This suggests that despite being a flagship model, it's not universally superior to its predecessor in all areas.
It's contradictory. They brand it as their flagship model, yet simultaneously ask the public to find where the older model is still better. This indicates a very early experimental stage for broad deployment, despite the marketing.
This investigation leaves us with a nuanced picture. GPT-4o's end-to-end architecture is a true technical advance, especially for latency and multilingual support. However, the promise of a fully realized, real-time, omnimodal AI is still a future vision, carefully managed and rolled out in phases due to inherent risks and ongoing development.
The headlines may announce a new era, but the fine print reveals a journey. We have the architecture for human-like AI, but the journey to safely deploy its full potential is still very much in progress. The O for Omni is there, but much of the Omni is yet to fully arrive.
I'm Maya.
I'm Arjun. Next file in 3 hours.